Well, I'm live, but I don't seem to be where I was meant to be. Because it does show me as live. Because it's saying, welcome to live chat.
So when I go back into it,
Yeah.
you didn't show up in the one you said you were going to be in.
Okay.
But you are, if I go back out and I drop back in,
Uh-huh.
the live stream that shows up now, you're there.
If you could let the chat know.
Yes. That's youtube.com/Michelle.
Michelle Blue. I just don't know how to get to it.
It's literally on your main screen now.
Oh, okay.
I'm just making sure I give people the right. Oh, did you link to this specific URL?
Yeah, I sure did. If you could get them over to my just YouTube channel.
Yeah, but people are going to come into this one.
Based on what?
So the link you gave people, the watch question V equals, that's going to this one that you're not hooked up to.
Yeah, I just don't know how to hook up with that one.
I do not know either. I'm just saying.
I understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the right thing to do is. Hold on a second.
Well, looking at my 2 tweets that I sent out, my tweets point me to my channel. So my tweets should be okay. It's just anybody who signed up to be informed of my early.
Okay. Yeah, you're getting people now.
Hey folks, sorry. Good afternoon, sunshines. So they had me create this early stream like ahead of time, right? This stream so I could they had me schedule one ahead of time and then gave me no notion of how to hook up with that one. So I'm really sorry that you had to click in a couple different places to find me. I apologize for that. But it looks like for the future, I will just give a link to my main page when it's time. If we do this again, this is of course just a testing day. Stella, yeah, it is surprisingly different. What did you think of it, Emily? And Stella, I know already streams over on YouTube, so I will definitely be poking her with questions. Okay, a couple of things that are different. First off, I can't really do, or maybe I just haven't figured out how to do shout outs and the bot and all sorts of things like that. I don't have access to any of my usual Stream Elements tools, so it's going to be very, very bare bones. Yeah, Stella, I think that would be what I would do. I want to give special thanks to my moderators for popping over here when they're not familiar with this system either. And I also want to thank my husband on the other side of the screen, who is also being an emergency moderator today. So first thing I can really tell about YouTube is it's much more isolated. Does that make sense, Stella, Emily? It doesn't seem like, yeah, I am hooked up with OBS, obviously, because I'm streaming a game. But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens. Are you all gonna, there's a 10-second slow chat just because I don't know what I'm doing. But lag, we're somewhat concerned that Bryant and I being in the same room is going to cause massive lag. So please do let me know if any lag is happening. I am showing stream is healthy. Stream is healthy. Okay, great. Just please speak up if it occurs. So for anyone popping in who doesn't know me or why I'm here, my name is Michelle. I've been a Twitch streamer for about 2.5 years, a little more than that actually. Wow. At this point, I exclusively stream The Sims 4, though I keep talking about doing more with Cities Skylines, which is the other game I play rapaciously in my free time. I am considering switching over to YouTube because Twitch has done such an abysmal job of dealing with hate raids and follow botting and all of their just response tools to harassment. So I thought, hey, why don't we kick the tires on YouTube just for one stream, and maybe we'll do this once a week or so and see what we think. You like bowls? I too like bowls. It is different. This is different. I'm very curious. Oh wow, Estella, that never happens over on Twitch. So for those of you who are my beloved regulars, or just anyone who knows how to get hold of me on Twitter, Twitch, whatever, please let me know what you think of this format versus Twitch as time goes on, because it's gonna be a community decision, right? I mean, obviously it's my decision, but what you all think of this as a community will weigh heavily on my decision regarding which platform to use. Yeah, you can't yell first. You gotta be earlier than that. Gotta be quicker. But let's see. I don't even know. I'm like, YouTube. Yeah, stream is healthy. It tells me there's this big banner that says stream is healthy. That's lovely to hear. Let's hit that like button. Like and subscribe. Bell, ring the bell. I don't know how to do that stuff. Even when I do YouTube videos, I never think of. Oh yeah, thank you, my husband. Thanks. You started Twitch. That's so funny. Yeah, like I said, Stella, what I'm finding so far with YouTube is how much more isolated it is, because I'm not rating people. People aren't rating me. It seems to happen a little more individually, which, you know, with all the crap happening on Twitch, who can say? Maybe that's the right way to go. We'll see. But forgive me if my voice is a little high today. I was really nervous about this not working, and the fact that it's working makes me very happy, but I'm still a little like, high-pitched noise only dogs can hear. And there you all are. Now, if anyone is lurking and needs information about how you create a separate Google account linked to your main Google account, if you need to have two of them, like if you do, if you use your real name for YouTube stuff, you can always create another. I know, Emily, right? You can always create another identity, another account in Google to make it so you're not doxing yourself, which is really, really important. Don't dox yourselves. First time for any program is scary, even if it goes well. That's so true. That's so true. Click that bell. Yeah, how do real YouTubers say it? Smash those buttons. Smokey, you sweetheart. You were so kind to me. Well, the basic thing I wanted to do today, besides kick the tires, was, of course, hang out with my friend and my dude and do some builders tips and tricks. We have not done this for quite a while. And while I know you are all super advanced builders, I know there may be people lurking who are not. So I thought we could do not beginner, like, this is how you do a wall kind of thing, but just Yeah, exactly, Estella, exactly. I found some really cool online resources that I think would help people who are stuck with building. And I've done a video about this before, but these are some new things I found that I'm really excited about. It's a constant. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I would just depend more on Twitter, really, Twitter and Discord. Now you have to take notes. Dragon Rider, I can make sure to put all of these links in Discord later too. So you don't have to take notes unless you want to. Yeah, and that's it. Exactly. Exactly. Smooth. I do apologize for the set 10-second delay with slow chat. It's again just because the moderators and I are completely unfamiliar with the platform and wanted to give ourselves a little grace period. Okay. So, I don't know about starting at the beginning here. I don't know about any of the rest of you, but it's obvious to me that one of the big things that I'm stuck with Sims is inspiration. Is how do I get started? What in the world do I build? What are my initial like photo references, if any? Some of us just things jump out of our minds fully formed. Donut, I always think of you that way as someone who's just like, I just thought of doing a pool amusement park that is also a pirate thing. You know, some people can really like poof, full formed right out of their heads. And other people need some inspiration, some prodding. And I can be one of those. I can definitely be one of those. Yeah, Stella, I never want to be the person who's like, you know, subscribe to my channel or the puppy gets it kind of thing. And I am curious, I do not want this to be just me chattering. I'm really curious about, you know, websites and stuff where you find inspiration when you're thinking about building. And I know I've gone over this topic before. Yeah, every build does start with a box. It's very perfect. That's like Zen like. That's a koan. Every build starts with a box. For me, literally, the hardest part is I could do a box. Hard part for me is figuring out how parts of a box come together. Most of your builds end with a box. So I'm going to be bringing up some pages. Let me see if I can get this to work. If I can share my screen, basically. Yeah, challenges, man. Challenges are everything. All right, let's see if I can get this to work. Come on. There we go. And I'm just going to transform this. Sorry. This is just a little different. Let me get my face out of the way. Bye, face. Oh, Smokey, that's so cool. For example, this particular website is called floorplans.com. All of these are advertisements. They're straight up advertisements, right? That's all they are. But for some of these, especially floor plan, I keep trying to manipulate through my OBS screen rather than the internet. Oh, that's cool, Stella. Good. But I like this one particularly, this floorplans.net, because you can search by parameters. So if you're like, okay, my family is parents and 3 kids. We're going to need 3 bathrooms because Sims are idiots. 2 floors because I don't want to manage Sims any further than that. And 1 garage because we don't even have cars, so who cares? And it'll start bringing up. Now again, this is basically an advertising site. But if you find something that really inspires you, it's really easy then to click on it and get some basic floor plans. Because Sims are idiots, they are. But it's just kind of helpful to see how different, like for me, exteriors sometimes don't lend. Like I can't immediately think of a floor plan to go with an exterior. And sometimes looking at resources like this can be super helpful in trying to figure out how to even start. And just like how some places have decided to make where people put their stairs. Where people put their stairs and where people put their bathrooms and things like that, I always find kind of difficult. And make the interior fit. I understand. I think as someone who plays the game more than a lot of people, and Donut, I know you do play, but like maybe you were doing starters can be rough, right? Starters, it's like, how many ways can you make a starter? I don't know. But maybe you look at one of these, you're like, oh, that's kind of a cool starter-ish thing. And here's how they allocate the space here. I just particularly like this site. You know, there are 8 billion houseplan sites. Houseplants, too. But I like this one because you can do the very quick and easy, how big a house do you want it to be? You can also look at basic styles. You can also sort by styles. So unfortunately, murky is not one of them, and it should be. But say, you know, I have my starter all queued up, and I want to make one that's... Let's see what they say Southern looks like. Yeah. You have converted, Smokey. I'm so excited for you. That's wonderful. That's fantastic. So yeah, I kind of like that you can use this as a way to get yourself some floor plans. Yeah, we talked about the cameras last week, Brenna, and I'm very excited to have people make the switch to using the Sims 3 camera, at least sometimes. A lot of people use both the Sims 3 and the Sims 4 one. And then another couple of options I wanted to point out to you for just basic inspiration. And these are also exciting to me. Consider looking up, this will make the New Englanders happy, especially some of the more historic regions of the US, and I'm sure other countries as well, have various architectural styles, especially if you're someone doing a decades challenge, like Emily, you're doing one, aren't you? Who am I thinking of? I thought it was Emily. But if you want to look at historic house styles, lots of state history agencies, state museums, state or city architectural agencies will have guides. This one for New England by Historic New England is pretty darn good. So, for example, what style is your house? How to tell the difference between these different revivals. Houses by dates and photo references, of course. So if you're doing Brindleton Bay, this is a good one. But what I really like about this is, okay, it's telling you this is what a basic Greek revival house is. Here's the geographic range where it was usually found. Now, Sims is a game of imagination, right? It's not a game in which you have to be like, I need to hew to any particular style or whatever. But sometimes knowing some of the architectural rules make it fun, even more fun to break. And this is what I studied in undergrad, by the way. I studied historic preservation. So this kind of stuff is meaningful to me. But having this kind of very specific information, like what the windows look like, are the chimneys really prominent, that kind of thing, I find it really fun. I find it really fun now and again. And I haven't looked up my home state. Let's see. Yeah, this is again a governmental site. Right? And almost every state and sometimes big cities are going to have resources like this. Oh, neat, Dragon Rider, which is fun. Let me go ahead. Yeah, places will give pretty big information, and you can find it that quickly just by being like historic architecture wherever you're trying to build. Let's see. Let's New Jersey historic architecture. Call out a couple more states or countries. We can look in other countries too. Let's see. We also have a thing here in the United States called the Register of Historic Places. We have both a National Register of Historic Places and state ones. So you can even find city ones sometimes or county ones. Those are also usually really, really great places to look for architectural references. Missouri. Yeah, here we go. Architecture Research Guide from the State Historical Society of Missouri. So just if you are looking for something that specifically evokes where you live, where you're from, a particular place. Yeah, like here we go. There's an online, let's see, there's online databases for Missouri as well. Yeah. Let's look at Michigan as well. Michigan historic architecture. Usually, if you look up historic architecture or preservation, yeah, Michigan even has a big old site on the different historic bridges if you're looking for bridge inspiration. So I'm not going to go deeper into the woods with these, but it's another really interesting way. I don't know about y'all, but I love builds sometimes that really evoke a sense of place. And so for me, being able to look up specific architectural resources from places is really helpful, and really fun. Florida? You want one more? All right, Florida. I know my face is blocking some of this, but this guide from the State Library explores Florida architecture from cathedrals to cracker houses, ranging from colonial to present times. Yeah, styles, examples, Florida architects. That is so cool. So that information is out there, and it can be kind of fun to check that out. Another one I want to point out, and this is one that I used extensively, while working with Oxford's Place. We were making a couple of lots based on a really good movie, and this site turned out to be incredibly useful. So if any of you are big movie, TV, pop culture fans, I would really, Brian, gasp. I would really suggest you checked out Hooked on Houses. Hooked on Houses is freaking brilliant. If you have seen a house in a movie and you're like, that's gorgeous, I wish I could build that. Yeah, here we go. Say you're like, I've never seen Hocus Pocus, don't at me. But say you want to build the house from Hocus Pocus or something like that. It will give you all sorts of information on it. Or say, the house from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Edward Scissorhands, Golden Girls. Jumanji, the original house for Ozzy and Harriet. All right, let's find out. I'll go to all of these. So I'm going to be doing some scrolling. If that makes you a little ill, don't look. Let's see. When a stranger calls, I don't see. House on Haunted Hill. No, this looks more like 70s onward. Oh, but some things like, yeah, Mildred Pierce. This is what Oxford's Place built, and it was an absolute genius build. It was so cool. She built this specific beach house, and it was amazing. Yes, these are, oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. But some are just sets. Let's see, Matilda's. Yeah, this is from Matilda. That's so cute. Yeah, it's a great one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. The house from Knives Out. That kind of thing. The author of this website has done a lot of research on different houses and really tries to track down. Hey, Jim. So good to see you. You know, she wanted to find out exactly, because the interiors and the exteriors were done in different places. Also one you built beautifully. But the exteriors are this one Gothic revival mansion, but the interiors were at this mansion. Now, Oxford told me about this, right? This site comes to me from our Oxford. That I don't know. That I don't know, Dragon Rider. But let's see here. I want to look at When a Stranger Calls. Let's see. Because I'm very curious to see if there's another. Okay, I'm not seeing another aggregate site, but if you go to look for the house, you will actually find, here we go, When a Stranger Calls, you will find. Oh, that's so cool, Oxford. For Stella, it is a lakeside house. Basically, if it's appeared in a movie, it's going to be on the internet for you to have reference pictures of. But yeah, film history site, film location histories, all that kind of thing are absolutely amazing resources. Let me get my face back. My face! My precious face! And again, I'm going to put these resources in Discord. I know most of you already know a lot of this stuff, but it's just fun sometimes to share things that I've found that have been really fun to play with. It doesn't exist for sure. My face! You know, other places you can look for inspiration, and I'm curious to hear what y'all use. But like, oh, the Winchester Mansion would be crazy to build. I've been there. It's a really neat place. And you can actually, for example, going back to the interwebs, oh my God, YouTube, how do I do this? All right. Internet. Get rid of my face. Yeah, you can if you want. Now, this is a little paid service, but in case you were completely obsessed with the Winchester Mystery House, Look at this. They have a 3D digital plan of the whole place on the website. It's the first time they've done something like this. So you can always go check it out. The original question, Jim, is we're talking about builders, tips, and tricks today. And because this is a new platform, I thought I'd start by talking about inspiration, right? I thought I'd talk about some of the resources that I'd found most recently to help me with inspiration when I feel stuck with building. So we've already looked at some floor plans. I don't think so either, Donut. I think that would be the 100 by 100. It's enormous. And it's even smaller than it used to be before the San Francisco fire in 1907. That took down some of it. Thornwood Castle, yes, which is gorgeous. Hi, Kittykins. How are you doing? Nice to see you. And then I have one more internet site, and then we're done with that. We're done with the internet portion. But I just have one more that I had to share because is anyone else here? I know a lot of you are creators and streamers. Do any of the rest of you use Canva, canva.com for your challenge flyers, things like that? I know, it's so weird. I use Canva every month when I make my, oh neat, industrial grunge. Ooh. I use Canva constantly for various, hi retro. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. It makes it very easy to, again, make flyers, all sorts of media products, and I use it for all of my challenge graphics. But the other thing I was going to bring up that they have, I hear lots of people talking about when they start building, color being one of the toughest things to figure out. And Canva has this really cool thing. Now, this is not part of their main service. This is a side thing that they can do. But it's the Canva color wheel. Of course, James. Yeah, I figured you would have to. Not a problem. You go rest. I kind of like this. I think it's a neat thing. I don't instinctively know colors fitting together. And again, I think rules are meant to be broken. But for example, I love that I can click over here and be like, okay, what is a complementary color to this one? What would go well? Oh, look, it's Mardi Gras. Red and turquoise, classic. I can also do all these different kinds of color matching. Colors that will look good together based on different principles. Like, oh, there we go. Straight up San Myshuno, that one apartment. Now that's 4. Say you only want 3 in your room. Did I? Oh my gosh. The minute you say bestie, I know who you are. But I very much enjoy this. And it's also just kind of fun to poke around with this. Right? This is the analogous ones. These are the ones that look good. They're different shades of the same thing. Now, I'm not saying we have all these shades in The Sims. We don't. But as just a sort of guiding thing. And what I think is really fun is if you love something, you can save that color combination for yourself. Whoops. Yeah, you can save the color combination for yourself, and you can also, come on, back to the color wheel. You can start creating a graphic with it, with the templates and such. And it's delightful. You can see templates that have those colors. It's fun. I mean, again, I'm sort of advertising a service and I don't mean to be, but what I really want to do is give an option for folks. Like I'm thinking of Ninster, who just thinks color is really hard to manage. And having something like this can make someone think, oh wow, those three colors would actually go well together. What the heck? And I find that really fun. It also gives you very basic information on different color wheels, which is a lot of fun. That is what I usually say to you. It's true. Okay, y'all, that's it for the internet portion. Thank you for letting me just blather for a half an hour. Now, does anybody, now y'all, I know our genius builders, nobody's going to have build questions, but if you did, you can, even super, super basic ones. Hey, Bryant, you can even ask questions. You're pro blathering. I wanted to point out something. So how many of you, if you were not following Malin Designs, who is a YouTuber, absolutely amazing. What's for dinner? I don't know. What are we ordering? Malin posted something today about a storage bed. And I thought it was really cool. And I was like, I will share it. I will share it here. I did. Moderating you. Oh, God. Making the man a mod. Dream home decorator. Shelf. You're fine. Oh, they are highlighted for that person to see. Let's try that. Jim. Jim, did you see that? Me saying howdy? Hi, Soken. Yay! It's so good to see you. But, oh yeah, storage bed. Storage bed. Malin did this. It was so cool. I would probably do it a little differently, but I love how she does things. I don't think I would put these in the middle, but just to show you first how she did it. She literally just went like this. Actually, I think it was a twofer. But I think I would feel basically triggered by the poles, right? By the drawer pulls, the fact that they aren't usable. Smokey's like, they're gonna make me type 2 names? What? I always forget how hard it is to break this crap apart. How do you access that completion pull down menu, Bryant? I think I like the simpler version better. Oh, neat. Okay, let me try this. Oh, and it says I can either do Bryant or Browna. Nice. Hey, country girl, how are you? So good to see you. All right, now what I want to test, because like I said, I liked how Malin did it. It's just not necessarily how I would do it. Oh, God bless it. Just break away. Okay. As I start yelling at shelving. Yelling at shelving is never worthwhile. We are such noobs. I know. Oh no. This is the part that's embarrassing for me right now, Smokey, is that I didn't really, oh God, I'm so embarrassed to even admit this. I've been so frantic about making the stream work today that I didn't think that much about what I would stream. I knew we were going to talk about building and such, and I was like, oh, we always think of things to talk about. It's always cool. Now I'm like, oh, crap. I still like this. She just definitely had it as more of a headboard. Y'all know me, I get obsessed with headboards. It is builder tips and tricks plus YouTube testing, which we are doing. Now, Jim, I pre-scheduled a stream and then it didn't happen, right? Like, I have no idea how to hook that up with this. Come on, let me take the thing out. Smokey, you are always so encouraging. Thank you. All right, that's gonna snap to that. But what I was wondering, I'm always wanting to find different ways to make things work. Yeah, based on sizing, you can actually take this little sign. Ooh, I kind of like that. Yeah, using that sign to even give it a little more of a... And then because Kittykins likes ball, or someone said they liked ball. Ball. All ball. It's all ball all the way. Basically, Smooth, I just published it to my YouTube channel. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that the most gorgeous bowl thing you've ever seen? All bowl, all the time. Too many bowls. My husband, Bryant, is not going to understand bowl. All hail bowl. You can't do those packs? No problem. No problem. Actually, that's a kick-ass topic, is what you do when you don't have all the packs. What are like... Oh, that's a great idea. We were talking about Nini's Salon Challenge the other day, right? And one of the things that came up is, oh my gosh, how am I going to participate in Nini's Salon Challenge when I don't have Get Famous, which is the one that has the hairdresser's chair. Different packs let you do different things. So let us talk about it. Let's, do you want to try and do a hairdresser thing? Just with base game, and then maybe try... Yeah, let's try a few things based on... Oh, I'm so excited. So yeah, base game. Yeah, a lot of people do that. They send their Twitch VODs over to what, either their main YouTube channel or to a secondary channel that they keep for that purpose, or keep them private. Now, how to do a salon. Let's see. I think I would... Or a salon chair. There's a couple ways you could go. I know I like to do the hair washing station. I love doing the hair washing station in salons. So let's do that in a couple different ways. Yeah, we'll use my beloved orange. Or whatever color is appropriate. Now, with tulle, I would probably, you know, just kind of push that chair down a little bit. But since we're talking about base game, Let's do basements. Because basically I want to sink this down into the floor just a little bit. Not much. Just a little bit. And it looks like I'm going to have to bring the light a little closer because that is not lit up at all. Or maybe make it a little brighter in here. But yeah, you could bring something up from a basement if you needed it to be. Oh. See, if I saw that if I saw a row of these in someone's salon, I would absolutely know what that was. Especially if you sort of push it back into it so it looks like one unit. Yes, isn't that great? You know, especially, and let's keep going with the base game. M&Ms that sound wonderful. I haven't had M&Ms in so long. Peanut M&Ms. Emily, are you a peanut M&M person or a plain M&M person? It depends. It depends. Actually, no. Coming out from the basement, I'm not sure. I shouldn't just say that. I know that when you tool lower something, sometimes Sims can sit in those, but I have not tried to come up from the basement and have that work. That's a great question. Peanut butter M&Ms. Oh, I love peanut butter so much. And again, we're just doing base game. Yeah, they're so great. You know, and with clutter, never be afraid to add something that's just like, oh, the hairdresser probably wants some water now and again. Oh, people are always, oh, whoop, we're doing base game. Stop it, stop it. That is not base game. I'm yelling at myself, stop it. Well, in that case, if I only had base game to go off with, I might actually say, like, let's have some makeup stuck around. Maybe some soap, maybe some extra towels. No problem. Go enjoy your nap. That sounds delightful. Exactly. There's nothing. There's so much more that you can do with base game than people think you can. And I'm not saying that any of you have said otherwise. Just in general, I think it's an important thing to point out is that you can do so much with even base game assets. Especially considering everything that's been added to base game over the years. Sleep well, country girl. Okay, like this. I know, isn't that crazy? One toilet paper roll. What? Like, all of these can easily be different hair care products. Also, sometimes things look super different if you put them in a different swatch. So yeah, base game basin chairs. Now, if I was going to do it with, like, let's say, spa day, Let's do a spa day. Spa day and base game. So pack restricted. Just for building. I want to be able to slap a roll of paper towels or a roll of paper, a toilet paper, just sitting on the cabinet, right? Sitting on the counter next to you. Because, I mean, honestly, sometimes that's just what happens. Now, for this one, I would probably use comfort. I would probably go into activities and skills and get one of the new massage chairs because they lean back. Like, that looks way more like something you'd actually see in a salon. Oh, that's genius. I love it. Yes, we do need both. Yes, storage on the shelf. Totally. And because Sims can't actually wash each other's hair, like, don't be afraid. You know, these aren't going to be functional for you. There's stuff in front of it. So don't be afraid to, like, raise something up if you think it would make more sense that way. Let me bring this up just a scooch. You know, and now we've got the spa day version. And let's see. Shelf, shelf, shelf. Where's that new shelf? This one. Yeah, I want themed toilet paper. I want toilet paper that has messages on it. Yes, I love it. I love it. You're cooking with gas, Bryant. Keep going. Keep going. More ideas. Or is that all you got? But yeah, same sort of clutter. Your Sims. Ooh. Now those are all base game, but spa day. A tree with teepee on it. Yes. Absolutely. You know, if we're working on spa day, we have other options we can do, right? More pack, more options. Various lotions and stuff. And you know, if you are not a tool user, I'm just going to point out that sometimes it's easier, especially with shelves, it's easier to move the shelf to the item than it is to try and move the item to the shelf. Like, I have no problem just scooching that bad boy up a tiny, tiny bit. Since everything else is slapped to the shelf. So that's like a spa day version, a base game version. Let's do one more. Let's do one more where I don't care at all about pack. I just do whatever I want. I know, it's so funny. I would honestly still use these chairs. Yes, that would be fun. That would be fun. Let's see. I would be super tempted to use this one. This is from Home Decorator. And bring this up a little bit because most of the time these can be adjusted down, right? You know, they adjust down the chair. And this is at a good height. So maybe use those. And maybe I would put these, oops, once I get them back. Put these on a platform for fun. That kind of thing. And again, if we're going home decorator, maybe use some of these shelving items. If I can use any clutter I want. In my build, yeah, for sure. But you know, all sorts of stuff that you'd want in that build, like something to clean the floor. I'd probably use the Swiffer or use a floor. I'd probably use this floor brush, right? That's a -10. TP on cars for a wedding, yes. You know, I'd use this push broom for the hair that will inevitably collect. And I would take a trash can, probably one from Snowy Escape, because I love this one. And put one under each station. There's not much more. There's more clutter in, you know, a lot of the fundamental clutter is in base game. Maybe I would take a bowl and fill it up with wash towels or something. I don't know. Bowl of towels. Basically, I would just get a lot more elaborate in my clutter. But yeah, so base game versus a couple of packs versus tons of packs. And I mean, you can see definitely there's a complexity difference, but honestly, the front one looks, the base game one, totally looks salon to me. Totally looks salon to me. And if I wanted to kind of zhuzh it up, we easily could. For example, these towel racks, base game. Maybe we want to add some lighting that looks cool. Let's go back to base game again. Is there any way for visitors to see how long I've been streaming? I don't No. I know I've been streaming exactly an hour. Let's see. Hey, Bryant, do you mind looking that up? Okay, he's doing something else. Let me go ahead and... Bryant. You're never telling. It's okay. Smokey, it's never like that. It's always fine if y'all give me ideas of what to do. You're looking? Thank you. You heard him. He said, huh. If you scale one of the Get Famous awards with Tool, would it still have this shadow? Let's find out. Add mirrors, add mirrors. Sprite, hi. Oh, look what just happened. Yep, Sprite, it was time to just try something else. You know, we're just kicking the tires. If you scale one of the do you mean like scale it really big or scale it? Oh, and a home decorator. I know the shadow adjusts if you use regular, but let's see. Yeah, it looks like it looks like it does scale with Tool as well. Soak in the shadow. That's so cool. Good question. Yep, with scaling it down. Oh, it freezes at the time when the viewer came in. Oh, interesting. Okay. So yeah, so you can see right here, the one on the left has been scaled down. Oh, the underneath shadow. Oh. That I don't know. I'm not even sure what you mean. Yeah, try to explain it to me like I'm 5. But let's think of another category of a thing that you could do in base game versus OBS can and Stream Elements can. I just don't know how to implement my Stream Elements commands over here, right? Like if we were in Twitch, we would just go uptime, right? But that's a Twitch command. But what's another idea or thing that we could make in a couple different ways? We could make a base game version, a restricted pack version, and then an everything version. Let me give these some wall covers while we kind of decide. And why don't we stick with the purple since I already started with that. Hi, Sanctuary. How are you today? Hi, Lexi. Lovely to see you all. 111 seconds ago. Go me. Okay, you know what? Why don't we try... Thank you, Oxford. Thanks you so much. Trying to think. Oh no, Brenna, oh no. So, okay, there's pack restrictions. So let's do, since my personal challenge this month is about education, since mine is a classroom challenge, let's go ahead and look at just an educational setting. Base game versus, let's just say, university, and then whatever I want. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's usually helpful. I'll look at that in a sec. So 3 spaces. Screenshots. Oh, that. Oh, wow. That's an interesting question. Let's try that out. Now I see what Soken was talking about. And now it says 65 minutes, which is about that. That's the right one. The shadow is still the size of the pre. Bummer. I believe you, but I just want, since I think people are probably curious. Okay, so it just doesn't show outside because it's outside. Outside lighting is so different from interior lighting. We'll use it in one of these. But okay, base game classroom versus restricted pack classroom. This is a harder one. This is a harder one. Let's see. We have various posters that we could use, encouraging people to read and to do sports. Kind of a cutesy classroom. A motivational poster. Ah, okay, the floor placed one. Okay. And hanging one. I don't think we have the chalkboard. Oh, we do. No, we don't. So we don't have the actual chalkboard menu that comes and get together that I don't know about y'all, but I use for all my kind of schooling sort of things. So it's about finding, you know, alternatives, because the only chalkboard we have in base game is this one, which is a little, that's a little specific. Let's see. A conspiracy wallboard. We have one in the game. We do. A string wall. Let's not serve the class beer. I don't understand, Smokey. Just don't understand. So one thing we could do is we could talk about some other subject, have it be like a TV monitor. We could have a TV up as if it were a, like, that's probably the next place. Oh, except in base game we don't have, oh, this is a fun exercise. Feel free to build along with me if you're curious. We do have a wall-mounted TV in base game. Okay. It could be teach by TV kind of thing. And then we can, Ella, hey, like a projector, exactly. We'd have to figure out how to do like a little overhead projector kind of thing. Yeah, a paint by reference, or you could probably just go to the gallery. And this is always legit to do, right? Gallery. But Ella Bella, it's so lovely to see you. Let's look at rooms. Expansion packs. Show just base game. Did y'all know you could do that? When you are looking for gallery images, you can say not just what packs you want. You can do 3 different options. Make sure you can see that on my screen. No, let me move my face. I'll move my face. Okay, where my face was. Do you now see that you have the option? Hi, Malin. You have show base game, show owned, and show all. And owned is a really useful one if you only have, you know, some packs but not others. Is you can have it automatically only bring things up in the gallery that are the packs that you have. But let's just do base game and let's say chalkboard. Y'all, if you don't know Malin, if you're not following her builds, they are so ridiculously amazing. Malin is fabulous. Let's see. This is more like chalkboard art. But someone made like a little organizer thing that's not that applicable. Why don't I say school? It's been a hot minute. You know, Sims will be here when you want to come back to it. And I'll always be excited to see you. Again, things people have done with just base game. Like, look at this. Okay, this is awesome. Oh, very cool. Like, this is considered just base game. Oh, nice. Nice. People are so talented. Malin, what we were talking about is, since we're talking about, you know, building and tips and stuff today, we were talking about things you can do if you only have base game and if you only have like a few packs. So we were doing 3 versions of things. So we've already done one. We already did the salon thing where it was like, here's a base game version. This one is base game and spa day. Obviously not tricked out. This one is as many packs as I want. Plus mods. Right? Yeah. And we were trying the same thing but with a classroom. But this looks like no CC art. Let's check. It does not show as modded. This person took something from she took the chalkboard. They took the chalkboard from Get Together and turned it into no CC art. So look at this. They took the map from University and turned it into no CC art. The solar system. A rocket. Right? So all sorts of visual aids you can find in the gallery, and you can sort by what you have. So that is one way to get a fake chalkboard. But in hearing from our educators about how they do things, let's bring up a TV to act as the whiteboard that your computer would be connected to. Right, Emily? Oh, my stars. I know these rooms are way too narrow. We're just playing. Again, we're base game. I am going to go ahead and use, let's say it's a pretty modern school. So I'm going to use this one. Maybe a simple chair that goes with it. And remember, if you've kept up with Base Game over the years, all the different supplementary packs and cultural refreshes and all sorts of things like that, Base Game has expanded so much from what it was in 2014. So much. But if you wanted to do the laptop projection that way, you can easily do it. And then let's see, Base Game Kid Desk. I would be tempted, since we don't have any of the half-size desks in Base Game. Oh, that's cool. That's cool, Smokey. But I would do one of two things. I would have two students. Oh, for God's sake, I forgot. Her. Herp derp. Thank you for saying something. Yep, that's me. I was going to make myself a little smaller. Derp, derp, derp. But yeah, I would probably do, 2 kids to a table. And again, we're just Base Game, right? So a lot of schools don't have great funding. I know I never had a cushioned chair in my schooling. I don't know about y'all. And then if you want, there is Base Game clutter that you can use for your students. It's not very extensive, but you've got it, right? You could have someone's backpack. Again, Base Game. I love those chairs. Aren't they great? You could have little pencils. Like let's say these are pretty young kids. Maybe someone's taking notes. I know that's a more advanced. Maybe this teacher coaches the softball team at the high school. Something like that. You have so many. Say you're in an older classroom and you're still using DVDs. Older classroom, my God. Kleenex. Because someone is always snotty. Yeah, there's the regular book stacks. There's this one with the bunny, right? There's maybe you want to have some bookcases and such. So much Kleenex, I bet. No, I have never been an educator. My mom was for years and years, but mostly at the community college level. She taught high school for approximately 6 weeks before she was like, nope. Base Game also has the individual books that go into bookcases, right? Various classroom books and things for instruction. But yeah, let's get a bookcase. Again, you just don't have many options. Oh, that's a toddler one. We don't want that. It's absolutely true that you have fewer options in base game. Absolutely true. Home ec, fun. But yeah, and then let's see. Again, using the resources we have for base game. We'll do like my high school and my elementary school and use linoleum. And have the walls be pretty Our walls were not exciting. I remember them just being pretty bare. Sort of beigey. Yeah, that kind of thing. Let's see. Let's get some windows. Always a weird yellow or beige, yes. Oh god, this cantilever so much. Serious Builds was a school and it took so long. Yes! No railings on any stairs. Tank! So good to see you. I know, they're totally just asking for some daydreaming. The teachers are probably like, why? Why? No, I have no idea what else goes into an elementary classroom. If it would be like toys or a stuffed animal or something. I have no idea. It's been a long time. Let's say these kids are like 10. I don't know what would go in their classroom. You can tell the childless builder. Let's see. And don't forget about debug. Do not forget about debug. Debug has some cool stuff. Like maybe the class is a frog. That poor frog. I always assume that anything that is kept in a classroom will eventually die. But yeah, people study the frog. And oh, I think that's the tiny globe. The tiny globe may be base game. It is tiny globe. And someone had mentioned, let's go ahead and scooch the frog a little bit. How do we hook up the TV to, I mean, obviously it's Bluetooth, but let's put, no, the gaming consoles don't happen until City Living. City Living. But yes, the class pet makes me happy. to come to class. I was supposed to... Oh no, sanctuary. Oh my God. I mean, I've told you my goldfish story, right? The last day of fifth grade. All the kids leaving. And that was in the U.S., at least in my elementary school, fifth grade was the end of elementary school. And then 6th, 7th, and 8th, you went off to junior high school. So end of fifth grade, end of an era, leaving our elementary school. They gave every kid at our little carnival on our last day, they gave every single kid a goldfish in a plastic bag full of water. Now, these were first graders through fifth graders. Imagine how many dead fish I found walking home to my house from where kids had like dropped them or thrown them or whatever. Yeah, that was a thing that happened. They didn't do that again. That was a one-time. That was a one-timer. Yes. They learned their lesson from that one. But it was a grim lesson. A grim lesson indeed. Oh, I know. Let's get, yeah, it was such a good idea. And my mother was furious. She's like, what is the thing called? It's the display thing for the minerals. Or the elements. Elemental display rack. I think that is base game. It is. Most of the collectibles that you want to find in the game are going to be in miscellaneous. Most. Sims is not consistent enough to make all. But if you wanted to like half fill your thing of elements, you could. Or, you know, look at a few plastic cubes of elements before sticking them in the board or something like that. I know, it's so easy. Or maybe you're studying elements. And you have the display board for when you want. But yeah, that to me would be the basic, quick and easy, base game only classroom. And again, it doesn't have bells and whistles, but it's perfectly recognizable as a classroom. You can get the little square things to fit. I think do you have to do it in live mode? I kind of think you got to do it in live mode. Faboosh. That's adorable. All right, let's call this one. All right, well, let's make a choice. Is it going to be base game plus university? Should it be base game plus? Give me a pack. Just give me a pack. University kind of is very easy. Oh, you were in live mode. Then I don't know. Kittykins. I love saying that name. Kittykins. If I was going to do easy mode here, I would do university. But feel free to give me an alternate pack idea. Expansion pack, please. If anyone is interested in doing that. If not, I will sail ahead. Okay. Eco lifestyle or seasons. Ooh. Hold on a sec. Okay, creating polls. in Twitch is all, or in YouTube is tons easier. Now, where does that show up? Do you actually see it there? We're kicking the tires here too. The poll does show. Oh, that's awesome. All right, eco. Eco is an interesting one. All right, say you have base game plus eco. How would you do a classroom? Let's play. Yeah, it's much, and it's very easy. It's very easy to do. No, so far I'm enjoying this. It just feels like kind of a loss to not have the whole raid system, even though the raid system has been such a source of unhappiness in a lot of ways. So this is the totally modern-ish classroom. Ah, okay. Oh, you said eco's losing. Okay, let me go. Okay, now it says university. I think I do have to close it. All right, 1, 2, 3, and. Does it tell me what won? No. Let's go to my page. And let's see. Poll complete. Oh, university won. Okay. Cool sauce. Oh, it does show up. For those of you who are wanting to stream on YouTube, it will show up even if you're not on your stream. Like right now, I'm in a dashboard. I'm in a dashboard view. And it tells Chad who won as well. Okay, great. University. Oh, thank God. So, for university, I'm going to say this one. And let's give it less daydreamy windows. Some daydreamy, but less daydreamy. Exactly. This is the Airbnb of streams. Exactly. I'm kind of giving them the same basic format. So, all right, all we have is base game and university. So, yes, that's a great way to put it. First things first, let's see if we have anything that can be used as a whiteboard, chalkboard, etc. And let's make this more high schoolers. We did really young. We might make the third one the home ec one. But this is more high school age. So let's get them a few different things of art. Including, let's see here. Just wanted a basic, Brightchester, something or another. Did not work. Okay. Let's see. It's high school. So they really want kids to be thinking about college. So let's put up a couple pennants representing the two local colleges. Found the glasses. So to consider going to college. Now, did we get any different TVs? No, but I'm going to use this fancy sauce one and size it down. It's just a little too modern, or more modern. Now, we're doing pack restricted. We're just doing 2, so I still don't get a video game to use as sort of a console thing. However, I will up our furniture a little bit. Oops, excuse me. And maybe, let's say this particular person wanted... There you go. There you go. I know, I have to figure out emotes. So again, we do not have we have a special teacher desk, which we'll use. But we don't have small desks. Again, the kids are sharing. Or the alternative, and I'm kind of tempted to do this. If we have decent, but we don't, because again, university. Nope, we're doing tables again. I'm having fun making nothing match because, you know, it's still Sims. Bar high tables, interesting. I suppose we could use the yeah, so let's do it more like this. Let's change our color palette up a bit. You'd want them to have some sort of little back since they're sitting all day. Well, sitting all period. Okay. And that's the thing. It's like, as you're doing this sort of... I know, they're enormous. We just did that, and that feels like it begs for a different... both color palette and style of furniture. So let's change things up. It kind of does have lab vibes. We'll see if we can go with that. All right, if it's lab vibes, we are definitely going to have... Are we going to have a fan? No. Yes, we can do a fan because there's a fan in base game. So we can do a little ceiling fan, which probably is not... No, they'd want like an extraction type fan. Like a hood sort of thing. To help the chemical fumes. Because no one wants you to kill the students. An eye wash station, yes, totally. And let's brighten this up since we're doing a lab. Nope, that's too much orange. As if I would ever say such a thing. And yet it is true. Let's go more. He does it at tables like that? There you go. Perfect. Blue? No. No, I guess we're going with beigey. Web fluid. Now we don't have Strangerville, so we don't have the beakers and stuff that we normally would have. What we can do for science, let's get our teacher a chair. Frogs to dissect. Oh my stars, yes. Yeah, I think that's awful, but yes. I was not a happy camper when we did our dissection thing in biology. Not happy at all. So let's do, again, since orange seems to be, well, that's too much. Too much. Let's just use black then. All right, so again, this professor or this teacher is casting from their laptop to the TV. I wish I had done that. I tried to, and no. Let's see, do we have a drain available with just these two? No, we do not. Well, let's try base cam. Okay, we have a storm drain. I'm going to size that down a little bit. And again, just for drainage, let's see. Let's get some storage cabinets for equipment. Yep, for lab equipment. Let's put 2 of them in here. And I'll move those pennants. Yeah, perfect. Fridge for samples. Really, I just have to do a bigger classroom. I remember labs being pretty big classrooms. I don't really need that table there. Thankfully, university is the mini fridge pack. So we kind of luck out there. And then definitely a sink for the eye wash. Safety first. Now again, I would make this a way bigger room for this kind of thing. Spa day is what now? Spa day, cats and dogs. Yeah, you're absolutely right. For mini fridges, yes. Special mini fridges. Let's put that up here. It's okay, I'm tired too. You know, the orange is too much. This is obviously like the beigest place. All beige, all the time. It's just this table doesn't have, all right, I guess we'll go with black. Yeah, maybe white. Keep to the aesthetic. And then for the floor. I would say probably tile. Some sort of tile. Yeah, we really don't have linoleum. We'd go with this. You know what? I'm actually not mad at going at the same linoleum. Kittykins, have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you so much for being here. I love knowing you by 2 names now. 2 names. There is this one right here. It doesn't have any swatches, and it's big. But it's a decent enough drain to use for a science lab. Let's put one by there. And let's also do another. Oh no, that's interesting. Okay, let's see. Can we? I was gonna say we need frogs and stuff. Frogs, bookcases, that kind of thing. Let's put the bookcase under the window. No. Really, we just need so much more room. Frogs are a base game. Oh, neat. And I'm kind of curious, what happens if I size this sucker down? Okay, not much. It still shows the rest of the terrarium. Okay. So we got your frogs. We got your... Because it's a modern school, hand sanitizer. Your classroom schedule. And then in terms of science equipment, let's go back to miscellaneous. Again, base game and Discovery University. Okay, Lexi, have a great time. Hand sanitizer is base game. Let's see. It's definitely harder to find science doohickeys sometimes. Clutter. Let's see, definitely some books. Again, Kleenex. It's all Kleenex all the way down. It's high school, so let's do more, a little more sophisticated. Question, is this at all interesting, right? The fact that we're looking at sort of how you would use different packs or lack of packs. Let's find out, because a fire extinguisher would have to be here. Taking notes. Oh, good. Sort of a classroom chalkboard schedule thing, probably who's doing teacher assistants and stuff like that. But yeah, fire extinguisher, definitely. The fire extinguisher, I thought, is get to work. Now, the debug one is base game. Yes. To my husband's secret code, I say yes. Yeah, the handheld one. Debug base game. There are, in fact, two. There's the wall-mounted one, and then there's a loose one. Sorry, my wrist is hurting the crap out of me today. It's kind of shaking it out. Yep, here we go. Tool fire extinguisher. And that is debug. That's cool. Now, say this is a compassionate classroom and is not actually going to dissect frogs. They're going to like measure frogs and take pictures, draw frogs, things like that, because I don't like dissection. So let's see, big pencil. A measuring thing. Yes, breeding frogs. Put frogs in a sack and say, now kiss. Another open book that's like a frog diagram. Frog measurements. Nathan Jeremiah. Now, I do have the idea based on the overhead projectors. Now, let's understand how long it's been since I was in school. It was a very long time ago. So my idea of school technology is very, very outdated. Very outdated. But let's go ahead. I want to make a fake overhead projector. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. So let's get a frog. Maybe though. We don't want to make it look too weird. People coming back looking at the be like, oh my gosh. When we still use cuneiform, yes. So here's a frog. And then I kind of want a stick. A frog and a stick, but not related. Really, it should be metal, but whatever. This is just for fun, not the gallery. No, I want to do sort of like I did a miniatures painting station in our the D&D room, and I think we can use some of the same objects to make a fun overhead projector. Yeah, back when kids were just assigned fingers and toes, it's much harder. And you had to bring all those fingers and toes to class. You couldn't leave any at home. By the way, I really want to thank you all for being here for this tester stream. We'll talk in Discord and on Twitch tomorrow and everything about what we potentially liked or didn't like about this format. Now, for this, I'm not using mods. I'm just kind of letting things be. Yeah, I would shine the light down on it. That is not the best light I could have used for this. But again, we're restricted. We're restricted to... Oh, that's so overhead projector. Oh my god. Okay, we're using that instead. Get rid of that post. Let's take our frog and turn the frog in another direction so I have more room. Got my teacher, one of my teachers in grad school, the head of my program, my first time in grad school, he still taught from slides, from overhead projector, from overhead projector. They were like yellowed. He'd been teaching from the exact same ones for like 25 years. It's just like, really? Really? And now I just want something to take up that space. Yes, my art history in college absolutely used slides. Slides. And you know what? Nothing makes a person you're so tired in class as when it's like, it's hot because the slide projector's going, the lights are off so you can see the slides. It's doing this whole ASMR thing. Slides just make me fall asleep so quickly. Oh, James, I'm so glad you were able to be here. Even lurk modding, no problem. Slides put me to sleep in 2 shakes of a lamb's tail. Yes, and it was always slide like this slide of the, the Acropolis. The Mona Lisa. Yes. Basically, I'm trying to give this thing some sort of base and not succeeding. But it's fun to play. Oh, gosh, James. Let's see, what would work? Sometimes sizing down tables really does work as like little stands and stuff. I know it looks goofy. Doing the best I can. I'm okay with a little of it sticking out, but not too much. I'll have to adjust that. Son of a bee. Oh, my art history teacher in undergrad she had been at the university for literally so many years. And like was a nice lady and incredibly knowledgeable, but like just, oh my god, I would fall asleep all the time. That is interesting that it keeps snapping up like that. What are you snapping to, you stupid lamp? Note that my solution is to go for a different lamp. Oh, that was such a good one for it. It was way up here, though, which was what was confusing me. Oh, that's probably... This will work. Oh, table full scale. Yep. Thank you. That's just not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. That's okay. This is kind of fun. However, I am spending way too much time doing this. I should have stuck with my camera on a stick. Oh, from Ferris Bueller's? Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, so I immediately could see the difference between 2-packs and 1-pack, right? It's just a little more detail, a little more, few more options. That would probably be the best way to go. Yeah, we'll bring that one back in. Ferris Bueller, I saw it once and I remember thinking Ferris was a jerk. Like a total jerk. But that's the big thing I remember. However, I was traveling for business once, years and years ago, and I was in an airport way late night. It was like 1 in the morning. And one of the gate agents started doing that. Bueller. It was hysterical. Oh, Jim just showed us a picture of a slide projector in Discord, and that's actually really cool. I like that. Bryant, Donut wants to know if you're still here. Do we have any images of frogs? We do not. We have golden frogs. Oh, but those are from... We have a goldfish. All right, this is our fake overhead projector. Don't say that. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Ugh. I watch what I want to watch. All right, forgive me. That took forever for me to do. Let me see if I can just find one more. Oh, we'll use something like this. Yes, a book with anatomical stuff about frogs. It is under the thing. Projected onto the TV screen. Jesus. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I made way too big a deal of that. Sometimes that happens. You just get overexcited. few lights. And yeah, our teen science classroom, basically. Using university and base game. So a few more options. Oh, Smokey, thank you. All right, so our last one is going to be anything. This is the classroom of anything. So we're going to do the home ec idea that one of you had. Also high school. But now we have all the options. So let's use this stucco thing. Did it? Yay. Yes. So we'll have the cooking classroom. We are not going to have fancy equipment. We'll do what we can. I did not make the detention room yet. I'm not making 3 versions of a detention room. There you go. There you go. Note that I have not started my own challenge yet. Of course. When do I ever start early? I was thinking of trying to find a way to do... You know how people... Oh, I went to the School of Hard Knocks. I was kind of thinking of doing the School of Hard Knocks. I just don't know how I do it. But I would have fun with that. Procrastination, man. Yep. It is literally just Sims. It's just Sims. Who cares? You have 2 ideas you can't pick between. Do you want to share or is it a secret? That's wonderful, James. I love hearing that. That pleases me. We can use all packs now, so I can say, okay, we're going to put the oven over here for cookies or whatever, but as a demonstration, we're going to put our stove, or like our little hob, over on one of these, on a different counter. We'll even have 2 of them. And again, since I can do anything I want, I can use any pack I want. These kids might even get slightly more padded chairs. Either a liberal arts college brownstone, ooh, or a kindergarten. Oh, fun. Yeah, 25 room grammar school. Some of those rooms better be cut and paste, or copy paste to Jim. That's all I'm going to say. Some of them. A blender and a mixing bowl, yes. But I think first we're going to do... I'm not going to do overheads because I want to do a TV, but we'll put in a couple of these. Again, because you need a place to keep your equipment. Oh, and we'll want sinks. Shoot, I love those little side pieces. They're so cool. Some sinks and ovens, some equipment stuff. Let's see, where's our sanitizer again? By the way, tomorrow I will be back on Twitch. This is just a one-day experiment for us to then figure out what we think. But tomorrow morning I will be back on Twitch and I'll be like, oh, look at my commands and my emotes and the joy. Now this time, because again, we have all the packs, we have our mounted fire extinguisher. A few decorative items. If only we had a blender, that would be so cool, but we do not. A blender would be great. Let's see. All the packs, yay! Now, if the kids are sitting there, can they see? Will that block a screen? Not too bad. So let's use... And again, access to all packs. Now we can use this in terms of something that looks like a whiteboard that teachers use. I don't know, educators, can you confirm? Like that whiteboard to me looks the most realistic. Cookbooks that people are referring to. Pots and pans, more pots and pans. I can mod whatever I want. Hi, Rex. Today we are just doing an experiment. I have never streamed on YouTube before, and since Twitch has been really oh god, did y'all see the thing yesterday or the other day where they were like, we're giving you the feature you want, refunds? The comments were hysterical because everyone was like, oh, is that what we wanted? Is that it? Yeah, so we're just doing an experiment to see what we think of it. But it's so good to see you. How have you been? Right? Exactly, Tinkerbomb. All right, some more equipment. We also have our little cookbook bookcase. Oh, I didn't even read the whole thing. I was just so disgusted that it had nothing to do with safety. Not that that's not Twitch's only concern, but it should be one of their major concerns. So I don't even know what it was refunding for. It was just issues. It's easier to issue refunds. I don't think it's about subs or anything. I think it's more about merch and stuff. Did anyone actually read it? Or just join me in going straight to the comments to be irritated? The middle of nowhere? Yeah. So are you in person now? At your school? Okay. How's that working out? Middle of nowhere, you're probably in a little better shape. I like these bookcases too because they have the Tupperware in them. So sometimes I really do like to stack these up. It's going well. You stayed home because you slept in. That sounds wonderful. And let's see, since we have access to everything, we can grab things like various kitchen. Actually, a home ec classroom would be a really cool thing for someone to do. I am not doing it, but it would be a really fun thing for someone to take on if they were stuck for ideas. I understand. My bed is also comfy. My bed is like a big, it's just like a huge thing of memory foam at this point. It's like memory foam bed and then a gravity blanket and then this memory foam pillows, and it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I love it. Oh, I see. Well, I hope you get your good PC back someday. A cafeteria. Oh, James, how frustrating. And please don't worry at all if you got to get going. All right, so various equipment in here. But we've gotten some really nice kitchen clutter lately, so I kind of want to take advantage of it. Happy early birthday! I would say hype in the chat, but I have no idea how to do that. Hype anyway, just type hype. Nope, all we're doing, Rex, we were doing kind of builder tips and tricks today. And it morphed into people feeling very limited because they only have like base game, or they only have, you know, a couple packs, something like that. So we already did one thing. You're turning 30. Aw, congratulations. I actually like ages a little better as I got older. So variations, Rex, between like the one on the far left is base game. The one in the middle is a salon using spa day and base game. And this is one using all packs, right? So just different options. But basically with the point that even though, you know, this has a lot more stuff, this in base game still gives you, like, you can look at that and think, oh, that's where someone washes your hair in a salon. So we were doing it, again, that same exercise, but with classrooms. Let's see. Stupid light. So this is like an elementary school classroom only using base game. Whereas this is a high school science lab using base game in university. And then this one is a home ec classroom using anything I want. All packs, anything I want. No restrictions. Someone uses a tablet. Hi, Puck. How are you? Good to see you. How have you been? Dabbing on into chat. And let's see. We're going to throw a bunch of stuff just out on the counter, you know, as if we're in the middle of a lesson. Yeah, do y'all like some of the emotes here? You're okay. Glad to hear it. Pug, we've been talking about how base game is still pretty awesome and how you can use it in a lot of ways. And if you have pack restrictions, you really aren't that restricted in showing a lot of different aspects of The Sims. I know. Happy early birthday. And we don't have much more stream after this. It makes you want a full blow. There is an education career, Rex, in the university pack, but it's not like you go to a classroom and do things. Yeah, it would be nice to have one that wasn't a rabbit hole, I guess. Well, exactly, Pug. And I'm sorry to repeat, y'all, but I was like, okay, here's like hair washing stations at salons. Base game versus a couple packs versus all the packs. So we're just doing a few exercises like this to kind of emphasize all the options people have. There are so many. But let's see, back to our home economics classroom. We have our sanitizer, we have canisters and pantry stuff. Most of it is behind these doors for, you know, it would be cool to refresh. I want them to refresh Spa Day. Not Spa Day, Dine Out. Dine Out is what I want. Let's see, what else would they have in here? Of course, paint that cat. You paint that cat. Yeah, I know. I totally boogered that one up. Now, what I want to find... Oh, shoot. I was trying to find the... We have some of those experimental food pictures. Oh, what are those called? Where do I find those? It's the ones that have all the fancy food. Yeah, Dine Out just needs love. Dine Out needs big love. Now, where are those? Let me just look one more time. I'm not going to spend forever at it. But yeah, Pug, we decided to try YouTube just for today to kind of see what it felt like. And hey, Teresa, hi. You know, because Twitch has been so unresponsive about safety tools, we thought we would try over here to see if anything about YouTube really appealed to us. Tiffany. Tiffany! It is so good to see you. And you're about to pop a new little one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I have missed you. Totally understand limiting yourself with social media. Totally understand. But I just want to tell you, you are missed and you are thought of. And I'm so happy for you that your pregnancy is going well. And it's lovely to see you. You know a few who are coming to YouTube, Pug? Yeah, I'm not surprised. Where are you, food pictures? Oh, they would be in Dine Out. Why don't I just... It's interesting. It's weird to feel kind of, I don't know if isolated is the right word, but maybe it is. But to feel, there's no rating. I'm not giving shout outs. It's a little odd that way. I'm so used to a big part of my Twitch experience being interacting with my fellow streamers. And I know I could find other ways to do that. That's not a huge issue. But it is different. Okay, so I already had F5 going. Those of you who already stream over here, do you have one you like better? Twitch or YouTube? The experimental food pictures, by the way, for the record, are in Dine Out Debug. I sometimes rated people I didn't know, but we have such a strong, wonderful circle of streamers, including a lot. I'm part of their community, they're part of mine. You're in a vacuum on Twitch? Oh, funny. You miss building, but still have all the packs. I get you. I'm a completist myself. But yeah, Tiffany, I may well. Who can say? We're going to see what we think. The one thing about YouTube that I'm thrilled about is this has been a very easy, nice stream for the moderators, and that I could just publish this directly to YouTube, and then people who couldn't make the stream this evening, like a lot of my European audience, will be able to come check it out on their own time. Oh, your time zone. Yeah. It's why I'm never in your streams, is your time zone. So we either have that art, and somebody will have a placemat to color because it's funny. And yeah. And now we can give this again, since this is the pack unlimited one, we can give the floor a nice big easy to clean tile and a drain that's better than the drain we had to use in the pack restricted one. We can use this drain, which is a little nicer. Good night, Tiffany, but you absolutely made my day by saying hi. Thank you. It's really great to hear from you. But yes, go rest. You have every excuse in the world to go rest. Take care, dear. Dragon Rider said we need a bowl. Like a mixing bowl. But you know what? You know the bowl we use. You know our bowl. Bowl. The 50-50 split. Yeah. I think it would probably take me quite a while to build up an audience again over here. But, what I care about with streaming is my community and creativity. The only two things I care about is that I get to spend time with y'all and I get to be creative. Like, I used to want to be partner. I don't care anymore. I just want to feel safe and like it's enjoyable. And I don't care what platform that is, as long as we feel, safe on the internet. You're never truly safe. But to feel mostly in control. And yeah. There you go, Pug. Yeah. I've been wanting to see this. See, this will end up being the only actual tips and trick I do in the entire stream. We'll be fitting a bowl into bowl. Oh, what a fun idea. I know. All hail bowl. Fruit bowl. Well, let's bring out another bowl to do authentic things like Dragon Rider's talking about. The mixing bowls can be troublesome. They don't actually save to the gallery, so I don't want to use one of those, but we could use this one. From Eco. No, I don't think it makes it easy to find live streams either, but I always advertise on Twitter before starting anyway. A good mixer. Oh, that's such an interesting thought. How would we do that? I think we would almost use the same one again, and then I would try to find some sort of utensil attachment for it. Oh, this one could work. Yeah, yeah. You know, it's just not that's not what the platform is for. But the other thing I've heard people talk about that has been pleasant for them is the idea that people, okay, it's not telling me the axis, so let's just fart around with it. Is that people can see what you're doing when you're not. It's like an easier VOD, right? The fact that someone could come back and be like, I can come see Michelle on my own time. But that's not really live streaming. That's, you know, a video of a stream. That I don't know. Right now I'm just trying to rotate it a little bit. Wrong one. Ah, interesting. At least now I know that to not pre-schedule the stream, but instead to just do it at my regular time and announce on Twitter like I always do. You haven't streamed in 2 weeks. I think everybody... Okay, screw this. It's the word of the day. Screw this. I think everybody has to take the breaks they need. They have to take the breaks they need. See, I thought this could work really cool, Dragon Rider, because... And excuse me, y'all, as I fumble around. I thought this one could be really fun because it could have, as a mixer, this one front arm could almost hook over the edge of the bowl to be a mixer sort of thing. And then let's see if there's a utensil we can use. There's a meat mallet. There isn't a whisk as far as I know. There's spoons. Oh, that salad fork could stay. That's one thing. I know, isn't that clever? I kind of like that too. Not clever on my part, just clever in general. About the, oh, now that's a fun idea. This is from the detective career. It is a fingerprint brush, but it almost looks like the bread paddle. I just recently got rid of my KitchenAid mixer because I used it literally 4 times in about 20 years. 15 years. Sometimes, James, you just have to. You've got to do what's right for your psyche, for your eyes, for all of it. And I don't know if y'all saw from Discord that I will not be streaming Thursday. My husband and I are driving up a mountain for fun. No, that looks stupid. Who doesn't like to drive up a mountain? I'm excited. Tool hates me. Tool hates me so much. Okay, so that's a good start. People do geocaching. For us, it's just up in the Pacific Northwest of the U.S., which is where I live. Certain mountains and such, certain roadways are only, are only available for driving maybe a few months out of the year, very few months out of the year because of snowpack. So sometimes you gotta really jump on it. To get to the view you want to see. Yeah, I need to get rid of this lamp. The lamp doesn't matter. What we need to do is keep going with the syringe thing. And now I'm using tool to move it. But yeah, I've never done geocaching. It looks interesting though. The Grim Reaper was at the Met Gala. People were dying to get in. Ah! I'm sorry. That was wrong. Yeah, what is that? I haven't actually checked that out. But James is so cool. He has such neat ideas. So we are making this out of medical equipment, basically. Oh, how neat. Okay, that's actually pretty darn good. I kind of like that as a stand mixer. The beaters are in the dishwasher. That's what's happening here. That is actually pretty fun. And because it's medical equipment, look, it even has a little control panel. Dragon Rider is inspiring to do a stand mixer. Yeah, that is, just to let you know what it is a thermometer for pets and a ear scope for Sims. That makes me happy to see. Oh, that's funny. That's really interesting, Jim. All right, and then other things we're going to use. Let's see. Realm of Magic. Debug. For a Swiffer. And a broom. Right? Because a big part of this class is going to be like cleaning up after yourself and all that kind of fun stuff. As I have mentioned many times before, my grandmother was a home ec teacher for 40 plus years. And I'm just imagining her. She was very, a Michigan person, James. She had every casserole recipe in the world. Now, I'm just trying to see. Yeah, the red shelf is so great. Because a lot of other shelves, big things won't snap to them. Oh, maybe this one, though. If you don't use mods but have Batu, this is actually a pretty good... Yeah, see, even this one won't do it. More will snap to this than most other shelves. Oh, interesting. How fun. I still use it sometimes. Sometimes it's just faster for me. But Tool, of course, yeah, does it just as well. And so much more. But no, as just a basic home ec classroom, but that we can use every pack from, I'm pretty pleased with this. We would totally want a clock. That is the one way in which CC excels is kitchen clutter. There's so much amazing kitchen clutter in CC. And of course, fire alarm, which I never remember to put in my builds anymore. Well, all right. My wrist is killing me, so I think I'm going to go take off about 15 minutes early. But this, hopefully, I know it wasn't so much tips and tricks, but I actually got something myself out of doing these little example rooms, just to be able to talk about how base game still has so many amazing resources. I don't feel like this is that much more deprived than the other two. It just, honestly, base game has so much, it's just boring to use the same items over and over. That's what I think people's real objection with base game is. It's mine when I do base game stuff, is you feel like, oh god, that painting again. Well, I guess I'm putting down that counter. Like, it feels kind of boring. But you can still, if you are limited to that, you can do a ton with it. Like, a ton with it. And even having one more pack as an option gives you, you know, a lot more alternatives. And then when you have everything, but everything is a money commitment. Exactly. It's the staleness of it. You can combat that staleness even if you only have base game by using resources from the gallery, right? Using resources from the gallery is a great way, especially no CC stuff from the gallery, or using that base game toggle to only show you base game resources and, you know, see some of the creations that people have made there. So you have that option as well. Oh, Sanctuary, thank you. I will be up to my, and CC, if you are open to CC and you are a base game builder, the world of CC is shocking. Okay, actually, you know what? My wrist can suffer for 5 minutes. Just to give you an idea of the kind of stuff. Now, this is not like advocating CC. People do what works best for them, right? But, like, if I bring it back down to, like, you know what I was talking about? Kitchen clutter. Let's see, that's all the bathroom stuff. It takes a minute. So some CC creators, like, here's Brazen Lotus, has liberated tons of stuff from various shelves, right? So anything that you've seen on a shelf that is like a bottle on a bar back or something like that. Things that aren't usually usable. Brazen breaks out of things and actually can add, like, look, there's the cans, and a lot of things are stackable, right? They'll add slots to them, so you can make the most exquisite pantries with CC. And I mean, it's fine to use CC for the gallery as long as, my feeling is, as long as you're somewhat limited, right? As long as you tell people what packs you used and kind of keep it so they won't be downloading stuff all day, you'll be in great shape. But also think, yeah, all the booze bottles. Hufflepuff turned me on to all these things. 6-pack of soda that you can stack. Bottles of spices that won't disappear. A kitchen timer by Peacemaker. Stacked up cups, paper towels, quilted paper towels. There mortar and pestle. There's just so much. But again, you can get by with what's in the game. It's all about what you find fun. If having as many objects as possible is your jam, CC might be a good part of that to make it so things do not seem as stale. When I am feeling incredibly bored with The Sims, if I turn to CC, usually I'll feel a little liberated for a bit, and then I'll want to go back to regular game. Like, CC for me is a sometimes food. Look, it's a food processor. So there's so many kind of things you can do. A French press. Pottery jars. I mean, yeah. Pans that stick around. Oil and vinegar. Bottles everywhere. So just as an idea, and if you are looking for CC suggestions, Hufflepuff is definitely the person I would suggest talking to. We also have a lot of stuff linked on the Discord in our mods and CC discussion one. So tomorrow we're going to be building. I am rating no one because I don't know how, and I don't think you can do that on YouTube anyway. But this has been so interesting for me. This has been interesting. I would have to try and find the customizability to make this really work for me, but there's a lot to like about it. So I guess in YouTube I just say bye and I leave. That's so weird. Oh, Dr. Bunny, I'm so sorry. Yes, I am wrapping up. It's so good to see you, though. It's so good to see you. Thank you all for being here for my experimental YouTube stream. Be sure to give me your thoughts and opinions in Discord or in Twitch tomorrow morning, because I will be on Twitch tomorrow morning. I know, but Dr. Bunny, it's still awesome to see you. This will be available on my YouTube channel. How wild is that? Everybody have a great rest of your evening, and I will be back on Twitch tomorrow. Thank you. Yeah, I like it so far. This is interesting, Bunny. Okay. Take care, everyone. Good night.